Superman is DC's golden boy superhero who always does the right thing at the right time, but he certainly didn't have to turn out that way. Let's find out what the source of his motivation might be. Do you guys still recognize me? Can you tell who I am? I'm assuming this works. Good morning, nerds. I am Nathan, your nerd pastor here at Checkpoint Church. We are so glad that you are here with us for our final day of Joy Week here on Advent of the Nerd. Thank you for all of you who have turned in for all 3 weeks of this thing. For those of you that this is your first video, welcome. We are so glad that you are here. We're going to start out this video, as we often do, with our scripture, which is going to be Esther chapter 4, verse 14. I'm going to be reading from the NRSV this morning. That's just my preferred translation. If you have one you prefer, feel free to use that, but NRSV will be up on the screen for you to use. For if you keep silence at such a time as this, relief and deliverance will rise for the Jews from another quarter, but you and your father's family will perish. Who knows? Perhaps you have come to royal dignity for just such a time as this. For anybody that possibly doesn't know the origin story of Superman, we'll go through it pretty quick. So we're on the planet Krypton, and Kal-El has just been born, but the planet is on the verge of destruction. And so Mom and Dad shoot Kal out into space, where he eventually lands in the middle of nowhere and is adopted by Ma and Pa Kent. He's then raised as an Earthling orphan and given the name Clark Kent. Now, Clark eventually, as he grows up, realizes that he's a bit different from everybody else and that he has these mysterious alien powers that are enhanced by the yellow sun near Earth. He discovers the truth about his parents and his planet and learns that he is the last remaining Kryptonian. Yeah, right. Eventually, Clark finds the motivation to use his powers for good and chooses the life of a superhero, leaping over tall buildings, being faster than a speeding bullet. You know the jingle. In order to keep his identity secret, Clark chooses the name Superman and removes his glasses so that no one will be able to recognize him during his heroic acts. But there is this one thing that Clark always has to wrestle with. He's a stranger in a strange land. He doesn't have any of his actual people left. He's alone in a way that only he can really understand. Despite this, Superman somehow manages to always do the right thing, while always wearing his family crest for hope on his chest, which coincidentally looks like an S. Superman doesn't step up because he has to. Instead, he steps up because he gets to. He has the opportunity and he has the power to do the right thing, and these always line up perfectly and end up with him choosing the right thing at the right time. This brings us to our scripture, which is kind of a story that we have to tell. It's a Jewish text about this character named Esther. When the king is looking for a new queen, he essentially hosts an America's Got Talent for the best bride to be, and this guy named Mordecai, who happens to be Esther's cousin, recommends that she go and try. But he does give her one caveat. He says if you're going to go and try and be the queen, you don't need to let him know that you're Jewish. You need to hide your Jewish nature and see if you can't become the new queen. So she goes after it, and to keep the story short, she ends up being the queen. Later down the road, there is this real bad guy, Haman, who is a bit power hungry, and he ends up convincing the king to commit mass genocide of the Jewish people in the kingdom. Suddenly, things take this really dark turn, and Esther is faced with this choice to reveal herself as the Jewish person that she is, revealing her lie, or to stay content and have all of her people be murdered. And so in a conversation, we get our scripture from today. She's talking to Mordecai, and Mordecai explains to Esther his view on the matter, where he says that perhaps Esther was put in this time, in this position, for such a time as this. An unfortunate twisting of this scripture points towards the kind of predestination measures that we often hear, that Esther might have been destined for this, or that she didn't really have any choice, but I don't think that's quite it. First off, I don't really think that's how God works. Second off, that's not really what Mordecai is saying. Listen to Mordecai's words again. He says, should Esther choose not to, he believes that some other method will come through at some point to save the Jewish people. But if Esther wants to save these people, her father's family in this time, then maybe she should take a look at the opportunity and power that she has and do something anyway. The reality of Esther's position is that she is the only one who can do this, and she can do it. So Mordecai isn't saying that she's destined to do it, but that it's the right thing to do. You see, Esther actually has the power to affect change, and Esther has the opportunity to use that power. Not only does she have what she needs, she has the moment where it can be utilized. Just like Superman, he has the amazing superhuman powers, and he has the opportunities to often save the world. The two go hand in hand. Now, spoiler alert for a very old story. She does so. She ends up using her power in this opportunity, and Haman ends up getting the axe himself in his avarice for power, and Mordecai ends up becoming appointed to his advisor role, and the Jewish people prosper for a little while. So it's a happy ending. Everything goes good. It's a really good book. If you've never read Esther, I recommend it. But now back to Superman. He often is in this same place as Esther, like I mentioned a moment ago, in the sense that he's in this place of power and privilege, but he isn't really being honest with himself. This is a major reason why Clark wears this S on his chest as a reminder of where he comes from and where he's pushing forward to. His family that he once had and the family he's providing for now. The best part of Superman for me is that he doesn't complain or groan when a new chance comes up. He doesn't bemoan the reality of this world, but instead he embraces it and chooses to push forward as best he can. He acknowledges that he has the power, he acknowledges the opportunities, and he takes advantage of each situation, issue by issue. And so maybe we should learn a little thing or two from Superman here, and we should take a hard look at ourselves and our lives and ask ourselves, where are we powerful? Where do we have privilege? Where can we use that for others? Where can we love people more? How can we lift others up? We don't have to feel like strangers in a strange land. We can stand up for what we believe in and find joy in these opportunities to serve our brothers and sisters across the world. And while we do the Boy Scout stuff, we just let Batman handle the real hero stuff. Thank you so much for watching this video. I so appreciate your time. If you liked this video, be sure to like down below and share with a friend that you think might want to hear these words. And if you're looking for a way to dive a little bit deeper, then feel free to use our prayer down in the description box that is there for you to use. It's a very easy and fast thing you can do right now. If you're the journaling type, we do have a guidebook link down below. It's totally free. Click that link. It'll take you to our website. You can download it. It's all yours. And if you're the conversational type and you want to do a little bit more than the comment section can allow, feel free to join our Discord. Join our community, play some games with us, interact with us. We'd love to have a good time. And with that, it's time for the weekend. I cannot believe we are done with our third week of Advent, folks. It's so crazy that we are here. I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. We're not going to be putting out another video until Monday, whenever we have our next hero. But between then and now, there are ways that you can stay involved. On Saturdays in our guidebook, we do have Sabbath ideas of how to do a joyful Sabbath activity. And on Sunday, we have a blog posted on our website for our final week. Wow, I cannot believe we're here. With that, let's get the final bit of hope up on the tree. It's a bird, it's a plane, no, it's Superman. Thank you again for watching this video. That is all that we have for today, but be sure to join us back here, same place, same time, Monday morning with our next hero. Who could it be? We only have a few left, folks. We are nearing the end of this thing, and I cannot believe it. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, folks, bye-bye.